Halacha Zayin, continuing in the idea of tzitzis. Before a person puts on his talis, he has to check to make sure he's not making a bracha levatala, to make sure everything is fine. Yes, atitzit, you have to make sure it's kosher like any other thing you want to do. You have to make sure you're doing it right. It's kosher, v'yosher. Even on Shabbos, if you don't have another talis, the Alter Rebbe says you should still check the talis. Once a day is good enough to check the talis. You don't have to check it twice a day, even if you did have a situation where you had to make a second bracha on the talis, whether it's that he went to the Asher Yotzar, whatever the story may be, he took it off with the Hesachad, he didn't have in mind he's going to put it on again. Whatever the Nakuda is, if you had to make a bracha again, checking of the beged is only once. On Shabbos, even if you don't have another talis, the Alter Rebbe says you should still check the talis. You have to check the strings, you have to check everything from the beginning till the bottom. There's a to make sure that the strings are not connected to one another. If this that he checks his talis is going to take time and he's going to miss the minyan, so he doesn't have to check the talis right now. He can continue, he can put it on, and he can daven and check it later. Any mitzvah that a person does, he has to make the bracha before, not after, not in the middle. We have different mitzvahs that it's not shaykh for him to make the bracha before, like a yed. He can only make the bracha after he goes to mikveh, or you make an atilas yadayim after you wash your hands, and that's why on atilas yadayim there's a little bit of water still in your hand. So ba'etzim you're doing the natila, you're rubbing your hands after you made the bracha, but the nakuda is you make it before. And also by Shabbos, the Rebbetzin lights the candles, and after she makes the bracha. Well, she doesn't have anah. It's the same idea. She covers her eyes. She doesn't have anah from the light. So ba'etzim she's only having anah la'achar. She made the bracha, and again with the Natilas Yadayim, it's again he's doing the Natila after. By again, it's not shaykh. B'chlal, the Nakuda is the bracha is made before the person has anah, before he does anything. It's an Natilas Rashus from the Eibishter by making a bracha. Peirush Koydem Asiyah before he does whatever he's doing the mitzvah. Lachar bracha taketh miyad tzarich lasis a mitzvah loy hefsek. L'chein. It's called mitzvah the nakuda is it has to be mamish right after you made the bracha. It shouldn't be a bracha vatala or a hefsek. He has to have in mind that the Eibishter commanded him to put on the tzitzis, and the whole idea of tzitzis, he should remember the Eibishter and all the mitzvahs. Like we say in tzitzis and davening, the tzitzis. That's what he has in mind when he puts on the tzitzis. He puts it on, the first thing is over his head till his eyes. There's the nakuda that he does it. Some people do it all the way down, some people do it to the mouth, some people do the eyes. Alter Rebbe says it's better to do it till the mouth. Nafeis al tzavori v'isate katifas ha'ishmeilim shteiken nafeis al tzad yamin derech tzad smil shteiken nafeis al tzad smil shal tzad smil yiyu lefanim v'terech she'iyem utav מלפניו ולאחריו עד החוזה. ויעמד כך כדי הילוך 4 אמות, יאמר הפסוק מה יוקר וגמר, ואחר כך יוכל להסירו מעל ראשו ונאכל נזהר שלא לגרור את הציציות על הארץ משום דזוהי מצווה, וכן יגביה ויוכל לתחבון בתוך החגורה. So he said he puts it all the way down to the mouth, and then by the talus he has his 2 hands with the talus over him, and he takes it all the way down. He holds the two tzitzi's, the 2 kanafim, and he puts it in his hand. The same thing is with the other hand. The talus is on both sides. He takes the 2 tzitziyos in his hands. He holds it. He does one side, and then he does another side over him on the chazah to make sure that his whole entire body is actually atifas ha talis, from the head all the way to the chazah side. It's like the atifas ishmaelim, and he has to stand with this atifa, the rapness of the talis, hiluch 4 amos, to go 4 amos, a share of going 4 amos, which is not so much, which is each amma is a 1.5 feet. Some people say 2 feet. And the is not so much time. And he says the pasuk ma'yakar chazdcha lekim, while he's with this atifa on him. There is a story with the Rebbetzin, that Bachram wanted to come into the Frierdiker Rebbe's apartment, Rebbe Rayatz, and it was only for married people. And there was a Bachar that he said he's married, and he wanted to come in. And the Rebbetzin was the Mashbakas, whatever you want to call it. She was standing by the door, and she was a stick of Adam Asadr for the father, for the Rebbe. And there's one Bachar that wanted to go in, and he said he's married. So the Rebbetzin right away said, tell me my yaka. If you're married, you should know the my yaka. He had nothing to say. He was embarrassed. Now the Nekuda is defined by the Blavik and by the Rebbe Rayatz, 2 different in Hagis and Talis. We say that after the Talis, you roll it up inside. You turn it in, you put it on your head, you roll it, you put it inside. By the Blavik, it was a white Talis, there was no black lines, Bechlal. And by the Rebbe Rayatz, we find that there were black lines on the Talis. 2 different Inyonim by Talis. We find by the Rebbe that there is the black lines because the Rebbe Rayatz at Kahat, they had the black lines. At the same time, the Rebbe said, and the Rebbe is Nayig, that the talis, you fold it in, that you shouldn't see the black, even though it is in the talis. The Rebbe does both, side the Tata and side the Rebbe. It's something which is very important for the Chassidim and the Talisim to turn it all the way in, that you shouldn't see the black. Belilah, the bracha of tzitzis is dark in the daytime and not at nighttime. Or you have mitzad the din, or you have mitzad siddur. The bracha on the tzitzis is from Amud HaShachar, lechat b'diavad or lechat chila. Right now, the meaning of then there's Messiah, but already lechat chila or b'diavad, which would be the meaning of b'diavad from already Alois HaShachar till Tzeisa Kechavim. And now the Rebbe says it's better to go till Shkia, not to wait till Tzeisa Kechavim to make a bracha on tzitzis. שלא דבר עליהם עד שיהיה כל כך יום שיעקר בין תחילת הלבן וחד תחילה. It's better not to make the bracha till you could tell the difference between tchilas halavan, between tchilas would be blue and lavan would be white, which is you have to have enough light to see the difference. Tchilas purple, blue, For the Gaman, we're not going to get into different svaras, but the Nakuda is basically between blue and white. Fine. ואם לא בשש הטלית קטן בעיד לילה ולא יברך עליו אוי שלא שם בעיד שלא יהיה ידם נקיים לכן לא יברך עליה, or if you put it on at nighttime, or if you put it up while he wasn't able to make a bracha because his hands were if it's the same Nakuda azai k'zhu mevarech al hatalit gadol, when he puts on the big talis yachavim the bracha zu gam al talis katan, he has in mind also the talis katan, because when he put on talis katan it wasn't possible to make the bracha. Mishain like talis gadol, even lbish as hatalis katan yim yodin kim yivarech alav amitzis. If someone doesn't have a talis gadol, so when his hands are clean and when he puts it on during the daytime, he does make a bracha on the talis katan. But if it's impossible for him to make the bracha while he put it on, he can't make a bracha on the talis katan. See, he doesn't make the bracha right now because it's not possible. But if it's possible after, during the day, and his hands are clean, so the din is yikach es atitzis biyadu yivarach al mitzatzitzis. He should make the bracha v'yim yashim talis katan lo yivarach alav achar kach klal ad ach kishmevarach al talis gadol yichav lebaytrei. If somebody slept with his talis katan, he comes into the shaila of making a bracha on the talis his tzitzis in the morning. This is swati because it's ksus laila. Do we hold it ksus laila or not? If somebody sleeps the whole time with the same tzitzis in the nighttime, so it turns into ksus laila, it's going to be a shaila. If he makes a bracha, it's always good to switch. He shouldn't have the same exact tzitzis. The night tzitzis shouldn't come into problems of making a bracha on it. He should switch during the daytime. Sometimes he'll wear it during the day, and the one that he uses usually during the day, he should wear it also at night. Sometimes to switch it around. Rabbi Limbas said that after mikveh, if you go to mikveh, you could make a bracha on the talis katan. It's considered as if you switched it, or you could switch with your friend just for the bracha to make a bracha. If you have a shaila, if you have a safik, but it's always better to have a few beers of tzitzis and switch tzitzis, and there shouldn't be one which is specifically designated for night tzitzis. You should have a few tzitzis, you should wear, you should change, you should be careful not to forget the bracha of tzitzis. You should make right after brachas in the morning, like a mensch, the way it should be. Halacha Yod, somebody takes up his talis and he has in mind to come back and put it on right away, even if he went to the bathroom, he doesn't have to make a bracha because he had in mind. Because mitzad adin, the tzitzis has such a great kedusha, you could take the talis itself into the bathroom, and he had in mind, so then he doesn't have to make another bracha. If he had in mind that he's not going to have to take it off, and he's not going to go to the bathroom, and he doesn't have to make another bracha, he told himself he's making the bracha once today, and that's it. So the דיני is nimlach mit lobshe alachere kise akamashoy nimlach chazu lobshe tzarich levarech aleh. If he forgot and he took it off, he came back, or if you put it on again during the day a little later, then he has to come back and make another bracha. Afilu nishar olav hatalis katan. Even if he has on him the small talis, the talis katan, which some people say because he has the talis on him the whole day, it's not hesech hadas, he doesn't have to make another bracha. But here he had hesech hadas, and he told himself that he's not going to come back to put it on. So then he comes into the safik, the shaila of bracha levatala, and mitzad then he should make a bracha, even if he's wearing a talis cotton, because he had hesech hadas, and he said he is not going to use it. He's putting it on once. Today, he didn't have a mind to make another bracha. Klal Dain, the talis stam im nishan adain all of the talis cotton into the last word. Nishan all of the talis cotton, tzarich lachzer ulevarich. Now, if it's in an oifen of stam, and he's still wearing the talis cotton, then he doesn't have to make another bracha. But if it's not stam, then he has to make another bracha according to the Rebbe, even though he's wearing a talis cotton. So if somebody's going to the bathroom, and when he put on his talis, he had in mind, he knew that he's going to go to the bathroom, or he didn't have in mind the dafka that he's not going to make another bracha today, then he doesn't have to make another bracha. But if it is in a way that he said he's not going to put it on again, then he has to make another bracha. Or if he comes back during the day to put it on again, a few hours later he has to make another bracha. And we said over here, if he did it also stam, he doesn't have to make another bracha if he's wearing the talis cotton. And if he was in the middle of davening, then he was shuckling away and his talis fell off. If the even a drop of the talis is still on him and he fixes it because the mitzvah is still on him, he's still wearing the talis, so the din is he doesn't have to make another bracha. If the talis fell off totally and he's holding the strings, it's not good enough, or even if he's holding the beged, because there is no mitzvah of holding the talis or holding the tzitzis. The mitzvah is to wear it. So if it fell off, he's walking, he's running, or whatever it may be, and the talis just fell off, it's not that he took it off stam, it fell off, which is the name of hesach hadas, nimlach. So the din is when he comes to put it back on, he has to make another bracha. We made a like, if he's in a place in davening where he can't make the bracha, so then he doesn't make the bracha. He waits till he's in a place where he can make a hefsek and put on the talis and make a bracha. And he should do it like it would be the first time. He should hold the talis, hold the tzitzis, ma'atev, put it on, make a bracha. Yeah, he holds it in his hand and he makes a bracha.